Greetings, beautiful beings. Welcome to Soul Healing Journey. Now, a few minutes ago, I have to start the broadcast again because my microphone wasn't working. Then I, by accident, pushed the wrong button and totally deleted all scheduled up event. So after all the little drama and the chaos and everything was going on here, we decided to give it one more try with Tom and schedule quickly another event, and let's hope that you guys can find me or Tom can give you a right link, and let's see how this is gonna work out. Now I have a beautiful helper here. Say hello to Spada. Spada decided to come help me and kind of take that stress away of what is happening. I have named today's session of I am who I am, or I am. And a topic, or what I want to talk about, is about each single of us, what we are going through, where we want to go, how do we see our future. Now we all have our dreams and the goals and vision of where we want to be, but there's a path in between how you're getting there, and not many people really talk about that frustration and sadness and all that goes within all those transformation and dying your ego and dying your persona, and how you get there and how you get through it by every single day. And my guess, by my scheduled event just totally dying down on me, it's a perfect example of the things not going great and right in exactly the time when you need it. So let me backstep a little bit and let me repeat what I was sharing with you in that first event that didn't work out before I figured it out it didn't work out. Let's just take a deep breath and let's just start over. I was saying that when we awaken, when we realize that this 3D world is not enough, when we realize that there is something much more, when we realize that we don't supposed to just grow up, be taught by our parents, by the school, go to the college, find the right job, make certain amount of money, go on the vacations, have all this and that materialistic things. When we realize that this is not enough, that this world can be totally different, or that we want something different, not just all those specific things that are pre-designed for us or has been pre-designed for us by society, by our family, by anybody who actually meant really, really well for us. But when we realize that this is not good enough for us, we awaken to something new. We sort of step into those unknown waters. We know where we want to go. We listen to these inspiring messages. And we're like, yeah, we can do it. But again, that path in between to get where we want to go can be kind of muddy and murky and very frustrating. And that is what I want to talk about today. So first, let's go about these predestined things, what are set for us, like again, the school, the jobs, the marriage, the children, and so much on. All of this has been, we want to honor it, because all of this has been set in a way to protect us, to help us, to set some kind of the paradigm, or some kind of the path for us. I'm not sure the paradigm is the right word. The English, little trouble here. But it is a path that is being designed with a well-meaning in the mind for us, that work for quite a while, but suddenly we realize, okay, it is not gonna be working anymore, and we want something different. And we step into these unknown territories. It's almost like you are living in this beautiful mansion on the beach and have all kind of the food you wish to eat, and everything is perfect and peachy and great, and then you suddenly realize, like, I'm gonna try something else. I'm just gonna open the door, I'm gonna walk out, and I'll do something else. Suddenly, and the part is that when you walk out of the door, it's very hard to go back there and be content with that life that you had. And you walk in the door and you suddenly realize, oh, there's a cold outside. I don't have a hot coat. And I have to work for my food and I have to work really hard, and there's a lot of unfairness. And many times when I'm trying really, really hard, somebody comes and really kick me down, sort of push you down or bullies you from the one corner to another corner. Is this to mean that you're supposed to give up and go back in that life that has been chosen for you and that has been picked for you and that you're supposed to live in? Absolutely not. It means to stick up with a challenge that you have chosen for yourself. Now, as I have put my stress a little bit aside, I can feel my higher self really aligning with myself and saying, okay, Eva, take a break, just let the human Eva sit, and I'm going to take over. So I will let my higher self to take over. And I watch my dog running here back and forth. So maybe if Tom hears me, he's going to come and rescue the dog or send somebody to rescue the dog until she settles down, because she cannot make her mind when she want to be as well. But they are coming to rescue her from this room. And anyway, we are bombarded by the challenges from the left to the right. And we need to share about them. When we want to teach about something, when you grew up on the spiritual journey and you strive to be a true teacher, you strive to be a leader to the others, you strive to share the information with the others, you are in a service consciously. You start to sharing the things from your life, because then that lesson goes from your heart. It doesn't really go from the mind and what you read, what the amazing things you heard and how amazing you're going to be. But you start teaching and sharing from what have happened to you. What is it that's going on with you? And what is going on lately, not only with me, but with many of us, it is a level of the deep sadness that is moving through us, through you, through me. And it's from this level of the deep sadness that we are going through the energy of the unconditional love and of the peace. Now, excuse me, I have to open the door for her so she can leave. There we go. And just to deal with the obstacle of the everyday life and be okay with it. So the more you tell yourself, I'll be unconditional love, I will live in the peace, and I don't let anything shake me up, the more situation like this is gonna be happening to you, to me, to anybody else. It is almost like a test. How bad do you want it? You know, imagine that you dare, you'll find a word. You had the courage to leave that three-dimensional energy in your spiritual and your soul body, and you will not be in that safe cushion. So that energy says, well, go, walk, and the God's energy says, come on, my child, I'm here, I'm gonna hold you. But you have to fall several times until you come here. You have to learn your lessons until you come to me. So the things like the frustration is absolutely normal. Now, okay, so you will read, it says, okay, I was frustrated, everybody's going through some stuff. It seems like the storm is happening from the left to the right. Okay, I'm not alone. But the point is what do you do at this time? That is what I want you to get from this session today, whenever you see it now or the later. It is the tool. What am I gonna do with it? How I'm gonna deal with that? I just wanna say, forget it, and walk out of this life or of this room, shut off the video of the live stream, yell at somebody, why didn't they take care of the dog, and so much on. You have to learn that this is the ego who wants to control everything, that this is that old human self or the old 3D energy that wants to have everything perfect. And that new higher self has everything, great and perfect, but all these little details are not that important. And it really teaches you of, you don't have to control everything. What you have to do is in these moments to sit and send the unconditional love to everything and everyone. Even though you feel that you want to explode at a moment, you may physically move your energy by the exercising, running, do the karate ninja in your room, smack the pillow when nobody sees you, but please do it privately. Nobody needs to be a witness of your outbursts or a victim of your outbursts, because that would take totally different meaning. But sit there and send unconditional love to everything that is happening. Okay, my broadcasting is not going great, but I'm going to send unconditional love to it, because the message I want to share today is much more important than perfection of the buttons. I don't have to compare myself to anybody out there. If somebody feels aligned to my message, they will listen to message. If not, there's no point for me to convince you that I'm the right person for you to listen my message. Absolutely not. That would be the ego-based thing. You will also start, to struggle with all this high advertisement of the everything that you see around yourself, and you go like, oh my God, this is such a this or that, or there's a lot of control in the advertisement, a lot of mind control over your mind, and so much on. And you start seeing the things clearly, and you will see, what is it for, what is it? And you may have a friend who tells you like, oh my God, it's absolutely great things. It's almost like this commercials has a hypnotizing effect, and you see the people be hypnotized. And what happened to you is that you are not hypnotized anymore. I think that's the right word. I'm finally getting to something really good to try to express how does it feel from the personal experience that you stop to be hypnotized. Now, when you are hypnotized, the life was actually good. Even though there were so many problems, you may have financial problems and and da-da-da, and all of it together, but you were hypnotized and you were kind of knew where you are going, how is life gonna go, or if it's gonna be like that for the rest of the life. Well, that's the life of my today, and perhaps in the next lifetime I'm gonna have a better life. Well, once you step out of that hypnotizing effect, you feel left alone. You feel like there is nobody like me, even though you have a spiritual friends, and you will meet people who are on exactly the same path like you. But there's that moment of the temporal disconnection when you perhaps want to be even alone, when you enjoy that withdrawals from the society, from your friends, maybe even from your family. You will seek that quiet time when you can be quiet, when you can just sit and listen to birds and meditate, or just stare into the wall and do nothing. There's that moment of finding yourself. You will not find yourself in a way that you wake up one day and that you are different, or that you wake up one day and you will walk into that person that you want to be. I wanted it actually really bad. I just wanted to walk in the person who I wanted to be. I wanted to align with my higher self and be that person who I wanted to be. And I thought that it can be a simple step from one way to the other. I totally underestimated the process of in between the energy, when you really are lost and you feel like I don't belong here and I don't belong there. It's almost like you move from the one city to the other city and you don't know anybody. You left the city when you had the friends, perhaps the family, and you move into the new city when you know absolutely nobody and you feel like you don't belong for a little bit. And then that's actually a good compare, I think, when suddenly, you says, okay, after that little feeling of the down and maybe a little feeling depressed and so much on, you start to venture out and you start to make friends and you start to feel like you belong. And the same goes with this moving from the energy to energy, from one vibration to another vibration. Then you start to feel withdrawn and alone, when you will start to feeling this sadness and you will feel the pain of the humanity of your friends, your coworkers, of your neighbors, you will feel the inner emotional distraught that they may never ever talk about, and you feel it like it just happened to you. It is something that is very painful, that is very sad. It is something that just brings you down to your knees, and you want to just melt into the puddle, and you just want to walk out of the body, and you don't want to feel it. And I think that may be that Christ-like feeling when you feel the pain of the humanity, the all bad things that have ever happened. And yet, because your physical body is still very well living, and you're striving toward that change, toward something else, you realize that you can bear it. You realize that you can go through this sorrow and you can cry your eyes out and feel like you cannot stop crying. And you are still here in your room. You are supported by your family and the friends who may look at you that you are kind of acting strange for the last few days. But you are there, and you realize that you are strong, that you realize that you are not really alone, that to putting yourself as a stranger to be alone, it is just you. It is not anybody who puts you in that position. It is you who want to be in that position. It is you or me, whichever way you call it, who wants to be the victim of the circumstances. Because you know what? We used to live as a victim for maybe millions of years, thousands of years, how many incarnations. We each have been in that victim kind of the energy, and especially in this lifetime. And in a way, it is the comforting part when you have something to fall back on, when you says, poor little me, look at me, this is because of this and that. And suddenly there's no poor little me, there is not the victim, there's just everything that there is. There's that moment when you abandon yourself and you humble down. You truly, truly humble yourself down, and you trust the divine energy. You trust that you are connected with everything and with everyone that there is, that you are one with the trees, one with the birds, one with the air, one with the water, one with the earth, one with the universe. When you realize that you don't want to go back to be hypnotized and live the life as someone has chosen or predestined, sort of protect the humanity from the self-destructing themselves. And you take up the journey. Yeah, there's the tie to the earth. You are in the earth body, and it is no time to live on the other side. Even though at this point of the realization, some of the people do transition on the other side. If there is an agreement that there's nothing more to do in this lifetime, this is the time of the passing, and you will very, very feel it, very strongly feel it that you die. You may sit there in the room and think of it, okay, what's going to happen if I die today? What's going to happen to my children? What's going to happen to the family? Have I been a good mother until now, that my children can benefit from everything that I have teach them? Have I taught them enough? And somehow we have to be able to come to that feeling that whatever I taught them until today is enough. And it would be up to them to choose their life path that me as a parent have put my children to. It is a hard thing to think like that, because we all want better for our child. We want to control the things. We want to, even I want to tell them what to do and so much on. But it is very difficult to sit there and says, okay, if I die today, it's going to be okay. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to consciously, to die, unless again, this is your very, very, very choice. But it means that you the human is dying, the ego is dying. It is the death of the ego. And that death of the ego is going just over and over and over in the intervals. And the more, you feel you have it done, the more intense it gets. So that is what is happening in between of until you get there, that you are awesome and everything feels good and everything feels great. And I bet you that if you would talk to my personal hero, to Wayne Dyer, who is already out there, but before he went there, I think he would share probably this, moments of the surges. I think the more, you go to it, and it gets easier and easier and easier. But we all go through this realization and the death of the ego and be one with everything, and going through these profound moments of the sadness and saying of who am I? What is it that my mission is? Where am I going? Is this really worth it? Is this something that I want to continue to do for the rest of my life here? And if you come to the conclusion, after perhaps a whole day of crying and feeling moppy, of yes, then you are on the right path. No one ever will judge you if you says this is enough for this lifetime and I'm just going to continue in the normal lifetime. There's no judgment from the God, from the other side, from the guides. There's a love and there's a support. If you feel any judgment, then you are connecting with the wrong guides. It is totally up to you of how much of this transformation you can take at a time. And I want you to know it. I want you to be fully aware of it. That sometimes it is just enough and you just need a little break from all of it and just define your normal. But I also want you to know that when you put yourself on this spot and you says, whatever it's going to take, I'm going to stick with it because it's going to get better, because it will get better. I promise you that. After all this, I usually, my teaching is to teach by examples. That's where my guide speaks, where my higher soul speaks. I have many notes about it. So today is a perfect example of the frustration and the things not going your way. And by sticking up with what you plan or little plan ahead, it is a really good thing to get you through of what you have to get through of the day. Then by the end of the day, when you sit and when you express the gratitude for the day, when you relax and just to recollect on the day, you can be proud of yourself. You can say to yourself, you know what? The things may have not exactly go as you planned them, as you wanted to control them, but they were okay by the end of the day. And you give yourself that high five, you give yourself that absolute blessings and the gratitude that you went through this day and that you didn't give up. Because giving up, it's not really an option. It is an option, and you can stop it for a while, but completely give up is gonna set you up on totally different kind of the journey, which we really don't want to go into right now. So this is just a quick, doesn't go that quick, but this is just really a message of looking at it of who am I? Am I perfect? I'm not perfect. I'm a human being having this light body experiences or extraterrestrial being experiences and so much on. We have not cracked the code of the perfectness in this world. And we all have flaws. But you know what? The flaws makes us the special. Flaws gives us the opportunity to create of who we want to be. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe and be that person right now, to have the confidence, have that leadership, or have the skills what you want to have. You cannot really sit there and says, one day I'm going to paint, one day when I'm going to save some money, one day when I'm going to have more time, one day when it's going to happen, I'm going to do it. If you truly desire to paint, to be an artist, then go to thrift store. There are many discounted stores around you that may sell you supplies for maybe 1/3 of the price. And get the pencils and the paper or whatever, wherever you have to find. You don't have to have a high-end artistic supplies. And put your passion out there. Every day spend at least a few minutes to doing something that you want to be in the future. There's a great reminiscence that I want to share with you, the part of my life story I want to share with you. My dream of the future ever is a writer. And so I started to write, even though the English, it's my second language, as you can very well tell. And I think I have a perfect English accent because I cannot hear my accent. And when I write, it looks super to me. And then, and even my daughter helps me now, or somebody else goes like, "Oh, the grammar is not really good." But I would torture myself before that over my writing, that it's not good, it's not gonna be perfect, it's just not the way how really I want it to be. And then I put it aside and I said, you know what? I write the way how I write. It is my voice and my energy that is in these words. And with the help of my friends, I was able to publish my first ebook of the Starseed Guide, which I was very, very proud of. And I thank you everybody for your help. But I have to put away that how you would say it, I had to put away that vision of be perfect, of the one day it's gonna be the great. And my second ebook is A Healer's Guide for the Soul Cleansing. It's not really an ebook for the reading, it's more a guide to teach you how to do the cleansing, to give you the knowledge of the negative energy, and give you the step by step to do it. The reason I wrote this one was that when I started to do this, to learn my solitary, I was on such a very little tiny budget that I would just savage all books and video or anything that I can get for free or for very, very little money. And I would teach myself. And I made a vow to help the people like me. I said, okay, guys, if you help me, I promise I'm going to be helping people like me who had really these difficulties in the beginning. Because it doesn't matter on what kind of the fancy degree you have in the spiritual world. What matter is that, again, when I meet so many people who goes, I'm going to get this degree, I'm going to get that degree. And for a while I was I was thinking, should I get certified in this or that and the stuff? And then I took a step back and I said, no, if I can learn it to myself, these degrees and certification are great when you feel like you have a calling to, be in that institute or study with that person and to have it. I do not belittle them down. Absolutely not. I think they are fantastic opportunity here. But if you find yourself in that situation that you just cannot, that you are just so financially strapped, that there are these low-cost options of that you can be the person you want to be right now. And that was my reason why I have written and put out my healer's guide, why I didn't turn it into some course which actually was my intention for a while, to be teaching it and charge it a little bit more money to create a more abundance. And then I said, no, I'm gonna go back to my belief and to that original person who started this. And that's why it is out there. So instead of to dreaming when it's gonna be written with a flawless English, and I bet whoever, if you guys read my books, you will find the mistakes. You will talk. The grammar is kind of good now, but sometimes you will have to maybe read the sentence one or twice to get what I'm trying to say. But it is okay. It is who I am, and those who will align to my message are supposed to, and those who don't, I respect you. It is absolutely great, and not everybody needs, to hear that. So be who you are and be it today. You want to be something that is maybe absolutely impossible. Don't tell yourself in the head it is impossible. I started to dream to be a writer when I was a little kid. It will make me cry. But I never thought of it that it was impossible. I always thought it was in the right time, but I never thought of it was impossible. So put your dreams out there today. Don't wait until tomorrow or, when that great thing happen. Work on them. Prepare for them. It took me 3 years of the writing really put these 2 ebooks out there. But there's a third one in my head now that we're gonna work on, right? My higher self and me, which I think would be a little different than those first 2. And but it is out there. It is not when it's going to be perfect and time gonna be perfect. So I am who I am today. Even in the Bible, the Eternal says, I am who I am, for I am your eternal. There are a lot of quotes in the Bible. Now, I am in the process of reading the Bible. I'm not done with it by all means, and I have many opinions about it. But there are some definitely quotes that speaks to you from a little different point than it can be understood from many different points. And I am who I am is really stay that presence of I am here. And when the Eternal told Moses, you're gonna believe in me, and you're gonna believe in this kind of the laws, and I am your eternal. You're not gonna worship any god and any eternal. Was that the eternal of the Moses people wanted to protect his people. First, I was looking at it like, there's that control again and the stuff, but he wanted to protect his people. He gave them the law. He really gave them from the A to the Z, what you're going to do, how you're going to behave. If you're going to do that, I am going to take care of you. If you don't, you are disowned by your own kin, God forbid that you die or that the death comes upon to you. But it means exactly what we are going today. There is the circus. Here you are the monkey. When the monkey leaves the circus, it is not your circus anymore, and your circus will not protect you anymore. It's kind of odd compare, but you know what I mean, guys. When you leave that protective circle that has been created for you with a love in one's heart, you have to find that other way that you want to be. Do you want to be in another circle? Do you want to go up to the God? And I don't mean just the eternal of the Moses people, but I mean the God as an entity that connects with one and with everything. Again, there's no judgment that you go into this another circles and spend some time up there. I very much enjoyed the Pleiadian circle, and the energy up there was so much on, and the Arcturians and the Syrians and Andromedians, and it is, a long way to go to the whole creator yet before that, but those are nice circles, and each of them has the love, and each of them follow the free will law, and that's even written in the Bible about the free will law. Through the free will law, you will have a choices to do what is it that you want to do, but nobody says, when you leave the circle, it's not gonna be easy. You will fall a few times, and then you will find yourself, and you will find how it is in that new city, what are the rules, and how does it go, and everything's gonna be okay. So let's do some quick meditation. Let's see, I think there's quite a few of you in the in a chat room. So thank you guys for sticking up with me here, and I just putting up with this crazy time today. So let's have some quick, refreshing meditation of I am who I am. I promise to make it short. And if you want to go and do, about your day, what is it you are doing today, you are more than welcome to go. I'm definitely very ready for the meditation. I'm very ready to figure out the rules in the new town. Because I like the new town. I like my new self. I like who I am today. I was comparing, everybody compares, years back. I'm 41 now. When I was in my 30s, I would not want to go back in those days, even for the great looks. I keep what I have. It is good. It is different. And it's beautiful. And I'm happy that I left the circus of the 3D, even though I live in the 3D and I'm learning something new and different. because it fills you with an amazing peace and amazing love and all of it. So anyway, let's go to the meditation. Let's see, there's a little music from morindaband.com. Angels of the Healing. Let's take a deep breath in and release all the air out. Let's take another deep breath in and let go of all your worries and all your expectations. It truly felt like the angels just walked in. Take another deep breath in and let everything go. All right. There's this beautiful golden light shining down upon you. And this day, we connect with the beautiful God's energy, with the beautiful God's divine energy, with that pure energy of the creator of everything, of us all. Not just the one God controlling one nation or the other. This is that energy that is the part of everything, every single cell within your body, every single particle in the cell in this world, in the universe. Kilian de la Santion Dialate Dioha Siene Diala Tavo Asientiacate. And today we will just focus on our soul energy. Today we will not call for the medic team, because I feel that today is just about you and about your soul, about the understanding of who you are. And as I will speak the language of light, we will travel into each soul within your body. And I want you to ask a question in your mind. Who am I? Please show me, who am I? And as each of you will hear the same words, each of you will hear the different message. And it's with a great love between my heart to open the divine energy of the light. Open the book of life for each of us. In sharing the messages of the golden letters that I've written in the golden letters. Telion tieka siun tielate. Telion siunka tiu asia niane. Tion tiela. Tium davasi. Kawunwahala sata. Tialon tiekani. Esion niaha alasiete. Esion ka siun tabalana. Tavo kiakala satava. Diana siun tieka. atete. Nella siuntioniana. Tiwa la saliatati. Tiakam. Tiawa. Telon tiaka siuntianata. Tiwaha. Tiosuntianiakate. Tiwaha asi. Tiaha. Elanua ka atease. Now you can feel the angels all around you, your angelic realms, your loved ones, your guides. I want you to imagine that you step out of the circle of the pattern of your current life. There may be some particular pain within your body now, or tension or the pressure. I want you to take a deep breath in and just breathe it out. Let it go. Allow yourself to release it. Allow yourself to release the blockages that may possibly hold you back from evolving and from growing. Give your hands to your angels, to your guides, to your loved ones, and feel how much they support you. Feel their love, feel their compassion, and feel how much you are part of them, and how much they are part of you. Imagine that your cells just spread in the whole room and whole world in the little tiny particles. Yet they are not lost one without another. They know that they belong together. They know that they belong with everything that there is. You now call them together towards you. All these little cells and the particles that forming your physical body. Feel them as like a pieces of the puzzles coming together and sticking together, creating a beautiful creation of your being, of your physical being, of your body, and manifesting a beautiful vessel for your soul. Feel strong within your body. Feel that vessel here. Feel how grounded you are to the earth, because it is your birthright to be grounded to the earth. It is your birthright of your free will to step out of the circle that one created for you. It is the birthright of your free will to understand the other laws that are beyond the three-dimensional energies, yet that are bound to the three-dimensional bodies. It is your birthright to be who you are. I am who I am. I am grounded to the earth through my body. And I'm connected through my higher self to the God, to the divine, to the universe, to everything that there is. I am who I am. and you open your energy and your centers and you shine your light out. You feel yourself enwrap with unconditional love. Whatever it is that will not go right in your life and you need a little help, you have this unconditional love around you, within you, to assist you. Dear Mom, dear La, dear Te. Be that unconditional love. Make it to be a part of your particle. I am love, and I am light. I am who I am. I am a light child of the God. Che alone te la santi vatiata. And we're gonna take that energy and bring it all in your body. And you take a deep breath in, and a beautiful light spread in every part of your body, in your legs, in your hands, in your neck, in your head, and illuminate your body. And while you take a deep breath in, just illuminate your body with this beautiful energy. And very, very slowly come back. Become aware of your creation. Before fully and consciously aware of your physical body, slowly come back to the room, open your eyes, and be your shining, beautiful being of light. Because that is who you are. It is not who you want to be. It is who you are. This is what's going to change many, many beautiful things for you. Because you are. You have always been of the person of who you want to be. That person of who you want to be, it is projected somewhere there, but it's already happened, it's already there. You cannot be something that you want to be, you have not already been before. So with that, you bring with your beautiful energy in your body. Take a deep breath and notice everything around you, and know that you can do anything. That you are who you are, and it's beautiful. Remember, we all have flaws. We all going through things that we just like to avoid and don't want to deal with. But the more you deal with it, the more you stop avoiding it and you just pick yourself up from the fall and just continue walking, the faster you will get where you want to be. I am so grateful and thankful you guys stick with me today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I apologize for the beginning and for having to start totally new broadcast, but things just happen. We have to send the unconditional love to it, put the frustration away, and make the best out of it. Make the lemonade out of the lemons, and just to keep moving forward. Because the more we move forward, the faster we get where we want to go, right? I already said I will not repeat myself. So I love you, and I'll see you next time. And if you want to, please join me on the Facebook. I have just opened the Instagram, so you can join me on the Instagram. I'm learning to use the modern technology. I would rather avoid it if I can, but hey, one has to go with the time and learn the new rules of the new town. And it's just a saying. and yeah, I'll see you. Love and light from my heart to yours.